prison look like?
Well, after orientation, of course, man, because I already knew, man, I was still kind of just at their whim. You know, they're gonna send me and do wherever. So I didn't settle in, of course, at that moment. But finally, when I get into a routine, I figured out that basically I can go to the chapel during the daytime and get out of the dorm, okay? Or if I have to go to the yard, okay, then I gotta figure out my schedule like that. But I mean, basically, all in a nutshell is that the way that I did time was just that I wanted to focus as much as I needed to on God, and on just studying the word. And then of course at the time I was trying to fight my case, so I was doing all that law library stuff, but just basically just focusing on getting to know who he is, and then at the same time getting to know who I am in that time. Because just seeing how prison just was, just the atmosphere and the kind of culture that it kind of carries on, you get to see that people can waste a lot of their time. They're doing a lot of nothing, man. And a lot of us, man, there was a small group of us that took that as like, you know what, let's just use this as a university. Let's utilize the places that are the least utilized, and that was the chapel and the library. So that's what we went for. So, you know, I remember there was study groups that I would join, man. It was just, that's what we would do, man. We would study the word. I mean, we go deep. We would stay on a certain topic for hours and just chop it up, man. Like, you know, so basically I found a small group of brothers. I found a routine where I would kind of space out my day, kind of just stay out of the mix of everything, because I know that I was young, but I wasn't an idiot going into that spot that I wanted to just get caught up in anything. That wasn't my thing. I seen that there was a lot of stuff that I know that I didn't want to be involved with, that could you know, jeopardize just my time and how I do it there. And I just stayed focused, man. And then there were times where I was able to share my faith while I was in there too. So that was important to me as well. So the crowd that I kept, of course, and then my time management with where I would spend my time and how I would basically utilize everything in between. I wouldn't spend a lot of time in the TV room. I wasn't gambling. I didn't do drugs, anything, and you know, wasn't in anything else crazy. But I just stayed focused, man. That was it.
What were some of the craziest things that you've seen throughout the 15 years in prison, bro? Like, what are some of the craziest memories that you have, whether it be violent, goofy, funny, just some memories that stick out to you, dog?
Uh, I guess I could start with the I don't know, the fight stories. Crazy things I've seen, man. You know, when the officers, you know, they basically have their ways with the inmates, man. Uh, you know, when they, yeah, dude. You know, when at the back of the dorm they picked up this guy that apparently was riding a bunch of kites on, like, not just other inmates, but like the correctional officers, and they, like in handcuffs, picked him up and dropped him in the back of the dorm. And we all seen that outside because everybody was on lockdown. So we're all looking through the windows and we could see that. Um, we seen a dude get dropped right on his head, right in the dorm. And then they try to hide it and like cover it up, like try to wash it out with water. And everybody stood up in the dorm. It was like, nah, we ain't having that. Dude, like, funny stuff. I mean, you know, we'll put together programs like we used to do, like Olympics, like with different dorms and everything, and that would be kind of cool. The guys out there trying to do some like physical activities that really they shouldn't be doing them, and it's like the guys still think that they can play football and basketball, and it's just funny to see stuff like, you know, where activities like that could just bring a kind of sense of camaraderie, and you kind of lose the sense of like where you're at. You're just enjoying the moment. And we had moments like that where we were able to spend with each other and even create that kind of atmosphere for a lot of people too. There was even things that we would do for Thanksgiving, where we would have people donate, not just money from the outside, but all of us inside. The brothers would all get together and we would put money together and we would feed the entire work camp compound. We would feed everybody. The biggest work camp in the state of Florida, and we would feed all 500 of them, and there would be food left over. And it's not to say that everybody would eat, but everybody that showed up would eat like 2 or 3 times over. So in a sense, it's like you kind of could have fed everybody if they really wanted to eat one bowl of food. But we just seen God bless that, and it's been almost 10 years that that's been running. Even while we left, these brothers are still doing that in prison. So we were just blessed to be a pioneer of that, and just to see that continue on and be a blessing and a minister, and just minister to the brothers the way that it does, because people do a lot of time and never see other brothers do that, for an entire community of people that they don't really know or even, can relate to. Think about it, man. And it's a small core brothers too. Like they say less than 10% is actually the people that actually do 90% of the ministry in the church. Well, we seen that it was just a group of like maybe 10 or 15 of us, and we were able to feed the compound, man. So that was kind of cool.
That's dope,
Good
bro.
memories,
Yeah, man. Thank you for sharing that, dog. Man, do you feel like those 15 years in prison, bro, do you feel like they positively impacted your life or negatively? And how?
I don't know if there's a way to answer a little bit of both. I mean, of course, you see that there's a part of you that you grow on from and that you kind of lose in the mix over the years. Because in the beginning, it's like a lot of people that are on the beginning of that journey are trying to go back to a life that they left behind. They're trying to go back to that. They're submitting all kind of motions, going left to right, up, like really trying to go back to that life. And there's no way to get that back, of course, for most of them. So the bittersweet of that part is like, man, you left a lot of you behind you. And then the transition is like, when you can accept the process and grow, which is actually what I ended up doing about like 4 years into it, then allowing myself to just become the man that I am today. And I'm happy that, I came out the way that I did as far as the mindset, and the approach to life that I have. I know I didn't have that before, but then the solid relationships that I got after the fact. So you take a lot of that with you. You don't just lose a lot. You gain a lot of that. As a matter of, on the other side, you gain a lot of a new sense of who you are by identity. It's really dope to see. It's really dope to see. Like I said, there's the brothers that you can get out with and then just kind of be just in fellowship with, man. And just these lifelong relationships that you were able to establish, from a place like that.
Amen, bro. And how was your transition out, bro, after doing 15 years, like dealing with just how society is nowadays, culture, technology, working, family? How was the transition home?
I mean, I'm still going through it, man.
How long you been out?
Oh shoot, I got out this past March. So what are we? We're in the end of November now, and I'm just like, I'm still trying to figure out how do you have like, a toasted iced coffee? Like I didn't know you can toast ice. You know what I mean? Like it's just simple stuff like that. But yeah, just seeing that there's a whole world around us that has changed over time, and just trying to get in the mix. It's taken me a few months, and I'm still getting in kind of settled in, but I'm not even on my first year yet. Like, you know what I mean? Like March 15th till now. So yeah, I'm still got a lot of catching up to do, man. But it's been dope, having the support group that you have, beautiful woman I met, that she's been awesome. She's been my rock, love you, Shirley, she's awesome. Somebody that that if you're gonna share your life with, that totally is understandable with your background, with who you are as a person, and the reason why I bring up that aspect of a relationship, because that truly does help, where while you're settling in, you have somebody that you can express and share your struggles or any type of challenges with, and they help you along the way. And that's not just family, you know what I mean? It's like, it's a good thing if you have that support group, and I've had that, so I'm thankful.
That's real, bro. And then lastly, man, for those who are still incarcerated, if you could shoot them a kite, bro, and send them a message, what would it be, dog?
Okay, yeah, man. Man, listen, I was in your spot. you know, I was, you know, sentenced 15 years, 12 years, 9 months and 5 days. So you're talking to somebody that knows. I know, I've been there. But what always helped is when, man, people would encourage and just say, man, stick to the race, man. The race is not, it's not grievous. It could seem like it's long, it could seem like it's lonely at times, but it's not. You really do got people that are there that'll care about you. And even some of them are right there with you, right around you. Don't forget that. You know, brothers that just, or sisters that you just see them and you're just like, yo, how do you get something that I don't? Yeah, I can't figure out. How do you get this peace? You know the right things to, you know, to read and to say, but what do you do in that position? You know, just lean on that with your other brothers that are right there with you, your sisters that are right there with you. Okay, don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. Understand that, you know, God is always there with you, just to pray away all the time. You know, just be still and knows that He is God. You know, take every thought captive, because, you know, your mind could definitely get wandered off, and all these darts will send you all kind of crazy messages, and then we start believing a lie. Don't do that. Give yourself time to reflect. Give yourself time to reason. Give yourself time, to, you know, to respond the right way with the right people around you. You know, the counsel of 2 or 3. You know, there's safety. Like that's what you need. You need a good core group of people around you. If you're listening to stuff around you that don't benefit, you know, you're walking your life and it's not, you know, beneficial to you spiritually, cut that out of your life for a minute. You know what I mean? Purge the negativity around you. Understand that that stuff could definitely, you know, taint your mindset, and it can have you with an expectancy that's false, you know, and that's what fear does. So just keep the faith, stay positive, stay motivated, read your word. Don't ever stop praying, ever. Don't ever stop praying. I promise you, prayer is powerful. You know, the people around you, they love you, that are in Christ, they love you. And just keep moving forward, man. God has got your back. God has got your back. The way that He's been able to bless my life since I've been out, I can't even go down the menu of how God has just blessed my life, even in the midst of some of the crazy stuff that's happened since I've been out. But it's like, yo, God is real. Even when you get out, like, you have no idea of how He's gonna bless your life. Like, don't worry about the unexpected or the unknown. Like, God has got you. I promise you. I promise you.
Amen, bro.
Hey, yo, my name is Max, and this is the Incarceration Podcast.
And listen, if you've done any time, I'm talking about a county jail, state penitentiary, federal, or even drug programs, whatever. If you want to share your story on this channel, go ahead and email me at eithekingbooking. Go ahead and put your stories in the comments below. If there's anything that I talked about slightly, you want me to go more in depth on, or anything I haven't talked about at all, and it's a good idea, drop it in the comments. Let me know. And also remember, I am a rapper. My artist name is EI the King. You can find my music on all platforms. I also have another channel, YouTube channel, my official artist channel, EI the King. And I also have another podcast. It's called Let Me Talk Bro, where I talk more so about my life, music, ministry, and all these things. Also, I have a Patreon with exclusive content. Everything is in the description below. So listen, man, till the next time, it's your boy, EI the King.